Welcome. I'm just going to go live for a little bit, answer some questions. I have nothing specific I want to talk about, but I've been enjoying doing this. So I'm going to continue to do it maybe a couple times a week, maybe once a week. So thanks for joining. Thanks for following me, having the open mind enough to follow me while I'm waiting for people to hop on. I have a membership, guys. It is basically for this platform, it is more detailed content. I dumb things down a lot for the general public because it gets censored if I don't, but I put a lot more detail and information in longer content for my members. So, just for anyone watching this, if you're interested in the membership, that's what you get. All right, starting to fill up a little bit. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, John? What's up, Lee Williams? Um, is that Monty? Monty, did I ever get threats or warnings for your work? Well, so this is my work now. I was a teacher for 20 years, and when I woke up, um, I started posting. I was saying this on my Facebook. Once I knew 100% without doubt that I didn't live on a globe, that the Earth was stationary and flat and enclosed. Once I knew that, like really knew it, like I spent months researching and driving to different places to see things too far and studied the stars and Polaris not moving. Once I knew that, I started posting while I was still a teacher. And man, they didn't like that because I started attacking the education system. I was posting flat earth stuff. They're like, this dude's crazy. He's losing it. I ended up taking a semester off of school because I was like still in the process of waking up and like relearning things. I was like, if I go teach this semester, I'm going to get canned. And at that point, I wasn't ready to quit teaching yet. So I took a semester off, got my bearings back about me, went back second semester, had to have a meeting with administration. And they basically like put a gag order on me. They're like, you can't talk about anything you're posting. If a kid asks you what shape you think the earth is, you can't say flat. I'm like, hold on, I'm not. If a kid asks me, I'm not lying to him. I'm going to tell him what I know. And that's ridiculous. So, like, basically, I got them to and like compromise that I could answer a kid honestly, but I had to like deflect their question and tell them to talk to the expert science teachers. Sorry, that still cracks me up because I would put all the money in the world that the expert science teachers knew less about me or less than I did about the heliocentric model. They probably couldn't tell me the sun was 93 million miles away or the moon was 238,000 miles away or how fast everything was moving. Like, I was like, sorry, but I'm the expert and they should actually ask me. But anyway, I went back to teaching for like 2 or 3 months, thought I could try to like make changes within the school system. Quickly found out that wasn't the way to do it. And I was like, I can't be a part of this anymore. I didn't teach, like, I taught life fitness, it was called. Basically, it was like PE and wellness. And I didn't teach a single thing I didn't agree with because I had basically like full rights over what I taught in like the subject matter and all that, the content. So I didn't teach anything that was indoctrinating kids, but I just didn't want to be part of that system anymore. I couldn't be part of that system anymore. So long story short, um, I told my boss, my department chair, I was considering leaving, not coming back next year. The very next day he came back to me. He's like, well, if you ever make that decision, you have enough sick days where you don't have to come back the rest of this year and still get paid. I was like, I thought about it for a day or two. Then an incident happened with a kid being a total jerk and then administration not backing me up basically because I was a flat earther. And I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. And I quit teaching thinking I was going to like do a driving job like UPS or the mail system or FedEx. And then, the way things work and the way I was just trying to do things for God, because that's why I do all this is like I didn't believe in God for 42 years until I figured out where I lived, or more so where I didn't live. And that's the real reason I do all this, is so people who have not founded God, or not found God and the truth of the Bible and Jesus and the firmament, and found their fearlessness. Like, I'm fearless now because I know I'm just a spiritual being, and um, that's why I do it. So I think because I was just doing God's work, it just happened that this just worked. This just turned into my job. Didn't even envision it. I didn't even try it, but like, this is my job now. Um, and it's the coolest thing ever. I could have never imagined it. I would do this for free. I was doing this for free for a year and a half. I didn't even know you could get paid to post stuff online or anything like that. And one day my wife's like, "Hey, have you ever like shifted this button on TikTok?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you have enough followers now. You could get paid for what you're doing." I was like, "Oh, cool." Thinking I'd make like $50 a month or something. And, it just turned into my job, and I love it. And like I said, I would pay to do this because it means that much to me to expose the evil and help people find truth. So that was a long answer to a short question about my job ever giving me shit. Yeah, now my job gives me shit. Facebook banned me several times. TikTok has banned me several times. YouTube's been pretty good to me, I'll be honest, other than they shadow ban me for sure. Like, I don't even know if you can search my name and it pops up, but maybe, because you guys have all found me. All right, I'm going to pay attention to the comments for a second here. I haven't looked at all. Renee, thank you so much. Guys, I say it all the time when I'm live, but I just the appreciation I get, the kindness, the love I get is like, means the world to me. It does so much. And I'm sorry guys, I'm like so new to going live on YouTube. I see a few people have done contributions. These lives are great. Thank you, Fartree. I appreciate it so much. And someone else put one up there, and I don't know how to get back to it. I'm looking, and I'm sorry for the shaky phone right now because it's just balancing on my knee. But I'm trying to figure out how to get back to someone. Someone left something. Give me one sec, guys. I hate if people contribute. And guys, like, I don't come on here for people to make contributions, but I do appreciate them. Oh, Karam, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that so much. All right, I'm going to scroll back down now. So I stopped giving you guys the shaken baby syndrome. Someone said, I don't think we should get paid to preach the gospel. I don't think we should get paid to preach the gospel unless people want to voluntarily offer something. Yeah, I get ad revenue and subscriptions. So, like, if people subscribe to me as a member for my extra time and effort I put into creating longer form content, yeah, that's where I get money. And then ad revenue if there's ads in the middle of my videos. So, guys, I thought I was like, oh, I can start a subscription and a membership. I thought it'd be so cool to have 100 people. Now I have thousands, and like, I say that with nothing but humility. Like, I'm blessed, I'm honored, I'm humbled that 10 people would want to subscribe to me, and it's amazing. Like, when I first started doing this, and I applied at AutoZone for like a crappy job because my TikTok went down. I wasn't monetized on YouTube or Facebook yet. I was like, I need to pay the bills, and like, that same moment, like, I got monetized on Facebook and YouTube, and it was just like God showing me the path. Like, this is what you're meant to do. And I don't, I used to stress about money, and I don't now because I have amazing people that subscribe to support me. Amazing people like OnlyFacts MDs who just made an amazing contribution. Thank you. And again, guys, like, I'm not doing the live for contributions. I appreciate them, but I do this for therapy for me. I do this because I didn't have a place to go for truth when I woke up. I didn't know where to go, and I'm hoping to be that person for people who's just honest and sincere and cares and is exposing the evil as much as he can. My friend, thank you so much. Only facts. I I just appreciate the kind words, guys. That like the kind words mean as much to me as like, the monetary contributions. I appreciate those, but the kind words like that's what matters to me. Stribs, thank you. I don't know. Pod awful is a generational run. I don't know what you mean there. Can you explain that better or differently? um, Mrs. Shem, I'm not ignoring any questions here. There's a million questions in here. I haven't seen yours. I'll scroll back up though. Let's see. Mrs. Shem, please explain what's next if Jesus already returned. Oh, yeah, I'll be happy to. So one, I think I mean, like biblically, they surround the camp of the saints and God hails down fire and burns everything up. But before that, I think, hold on, and I don't want to miss these. Who's your daddy, the Almighty? Thank you for all you do. Guys, I'm a big Bible guy. Like, I'm a Jesus guy, I'm a Bible guy. And I was born into a Christian family and quickly fell away once I got to public school. And the way the churches and all that teach the Bible, it makes it seem like allegorical and nonsense. And when you compare that to public indoctrination, you're like, well, the scientists proved evolution. It's because they lie to you. And then once you realize it's all a lie, then you find your way back to the Bible because there's so much truth in the Bible that they don't want you to know because then you would know the Bible is true. Like the firmament, like dragons, like the Nephilim, like over and over again, like Jesus. Um, where do we send evidence to you that could help? Oh, I've got an email. Anyone can send me emails. Sometimes I'm slow to get back because I get a lot, but just fittestflatearther@yahoo.com. And then back to this, I'm a big believer in the short season. I believe the millennial reign happened and because they invert everything, it's what they call the dark ages. Think about this. Like they literally told us 8 or 900 years happened where no advancements were made. Everyone was sick and dying and poor. Maybe they inverted that because there was actually 8 or 9 or 1,000 years of peace and prosperity and the real king named Jesus, not the MAGA king ruling over the earth. And, there's scripture that backs this up, like Jesus saying, those of you here, some of you might not taste death before my return. There's evidence that he came back in 70 AD and destroyed the third temple. There's tons of evidence. The only reason people think he hasn't come back yet is because of church indoctrination, because we were all told we're waiting for him to come back. But if they can hide where we live, if they can make us all think we are evolved chimps spinning on a ball, well, they can hide the return of Jesus. They truly can. And it's biblical. Like the Bible talks about a period of time where the devil is let loose to deceive the nations. And if Jesus were still hanging out, like, like I truly think Jesus had to go. He's either at the North Pole, maybe he's floating on the floating city of Jerusalem, maybe he's back in heaven. I don't know. But I think we're in that time where Satan's here deceiving everyone. Revelation 20, verse 7, the Abaddon will be released to deceive the nations. And in my opinion, Abaddon is Donald Trump, aka Lucifer, aka also Elvis. Jennifer, thank you so much. Much appreciation. So I don't know if that answers your question that you didn't think or that you thought I was ignoring. Guys, I don't ignore any questions in here. There's a million questions and my eyes only go so fast, especially when I'm going on a rant. Yeah, exactly. The dark ages were the millennial reign, in my opinion. And guys, like, there's a lot of evidence of it. Go down that rabbit hole. Look into the insane asylums and how truly I think they locked people up who wouldn't forget that Jesus reigned and wouldn't admit that he like, and then they locked up their, or they took their kids, and that's what the orphan trains were. All the people that wouldn't deny Jesus were locked up in insane asylums, and then they took their kids, and then like those kids were paraded out, and they're probably all our grandparents. Dottie, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. The orphan trains, Patch Kids. The fallen angels are the aliens. Well, yes and no. I mean, there's no such thing as aliens. That's, they want people to think aliens exist. But yeah, the because the Bible's true, fallen angels are true. And I was saying this on, I went live on Facebook before this for a little bit, and I was telling them, I don't know. I would say I know this for sure now, that there are beings here with us that can live much longer than normal people, much longer than you and I. Hundreds of years, thousands of years, I don't know. Now, are those the fallen angels themselves? Are those the minions of fallen angels who drink abrenobrome? I don't know. I don't know. But there are beings here that have existed generations. And I'm talking centuries, not like, you know, not like millennial generations. Long time. Can I make a weather control video? Um, I've done a couple in the past. You should look up my one. So I live near Sarasota on Siesta Key, Florida. And last year around this time when the hurricanes were coming through, there was some crazy patterns in the water. At the same time, there was like the bioluminescence or sonoluminescence. And I did some videos then um, because I think the if you don't know what the bioluminescence, it's basically like they say it's like algae in the water that's lighting up, but it was too coincidental that there were these like square patterns in the water at the same time as that. Like I truly think that's all frequency based stuff that they were using to generate the hurricanes. Those videos I did went pretty viral, like a couple million. So look up, if you want, write it down. Look up I think siesta key bioluminescence, and it might be one that pops up. But like those videos used to get, especially chemtrails. I think probably not as much anymore, but those used to get shut down and taken down really quick. Let's see. Yeah, Chris, I did see that he said he's not getting into heaven. I think I included it in one of my posts very recently because yeah, like it fits perfectly because I think I've been given a gift. I really do. A gift of sight, a gift of fearlessness to be able to do what I do. Um, but I think I've figured out a lot of things that a lot of other people haven't. And for whatever reason, I truly think that I maybe was the only person. Other people believe it now, but I never heard anyone talk about it before I do. But I truly think that Trump is Lucifer. I truly do. And like they tell us, I know Trump was Elvis. I know that. I can prove that. I can't prove he's Lucifer, but I think if you connect enough dots, it's very obvious. Very obvious. And like some people might not even be able to wrap their heads around that, but that's because you don't realize how much of a spiritual, biblical realm we live in. Jennifer, no. One, first, thank you. I appreciate it. And I didn't notice that he didn't sign the Bible. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think kids are allowed to like grow up and they drink the gold juice. So I did a video speculating that the gold juice could be literal literally Trump's blood. Because if you, uh, let me start this over a little bit. So these vampires exist, okay? And I don't think they're real vampires. I think they're fallen angel in nature, or fallen angel minion in nature. I call them vampires because they're blood drinkers. Now, I did a video speculating that the gold juice that they talk about that gives them that never ending life is potentially, if you think about the vampire movies, how did a vampire become a vampire? They have to drink a vampire's blood. So Trump is very associated with gold. So is Lucifer. So is Elvis. You know, Trump has a golden toilet. Trump is creating the golden dome. Trump has golden statues of him, like gold, gold, gold over and over again. The golden dawn he talked about, the golden dawn, the golden dawn. So I speculate in a members only video that maybe the gold juice is literally the vampire blood, the fallen angel blood. And there's also something called golden blood. Like golden blood is a real thing. Like scientifically, they say only 50 people in the world have golden blood. It's called RH, it's not RH negative, it's RH null. And it's the rarest form. And they say 50 people have it, but maybe 200 have it. 200, like the number that of seats in a very secret pyramid, the number of craters around found in the earth, the number of countries, and the number of fallen angels talked about in the book of Enoch, if you catch my drift. Sue, thank you so much. Yeah, guys. So Sue says, "Love the channel. It's so hard to find like-minded people. Thanks for all you do. Keep them coming." Let me add a couple things about that. One, so my membership I just added. I didn't realize I could on YouTube. I just added a membership chat. I didn't realize YouTube had that. My Facebook has that. My Instagram has that. My Facebook is amazing because there are people always conversing in a group posting area. But I just added a member chat to YouTube. I don't even know how to access it yet. It's that fresh. But just more so on the other level of hard to find like-minded people. Guys, one of the biggest reasons I do this, other than just having a burning passion to expose evil and help people find the truth of God, is I didn't know where to turn. Like when I woke up, first I got very discombobulated. Like I remember standing in my backyard once I realized I didn't live on a spinning globe, and I was like, where the literal F am I? Like I felt like my world was actually spinning for the first time because I was like, where am I? And it was so discombobulating. But then what was even more was when I didn't know where to turn for any sort of truth. I was like, the internet's lying to me completely. Like they're telling me I live on a globe. I know I don't live on a globe. They're telling me put poison in my arms. I know that's nonsense. So I just want to be a beacon of truth for people and have a place people can turn and be like, okay, this dude might not get it all right, but I don't think he's lying to me. I don't think he's deceiving me. I think he's a pretty genuine guy. He was a freaking teacher for 20 years. He obviously has a helping heart and just wants to help people. Like the reason I was a teacher was because I wanted to help. Like I was picked on as a kid. I was chubby. I was bullied. And then I found working out and it gave me confidence to be strong. And then it gave me inner confidence. So like I wanted to help kids find that. I wanted to help kids find their outer strength so they could find their inner strength. And like I just want people to know that I am just someone you can trust. And like I said, I'm not always right. I think I'm right a lot of the times because I don't post. Like if I do a lot of research and I get to the point where I'm like, I can't prove this well enough, I don't post it. I'm only posting things that I'm like 95% sure on. So like I've been wrong once or twice, but I've made like 800 or 900 videos. Like I was wrong on Chester Bennington. I thought he was someone else, and now I know he's Tom Holland. So I just want to be a beacon for truth and trust, guys. And I think most people see that. I think, anyone who's super awake and alert, you have to have a level of discernment. And once you realize there are lying content creators, there are lying truthers. I didn't realize that at first, but once you do and you like start trying to like look for their symbolism, look for, are they exposing Masonic people? Are they exposing like people they should be exposing? Or are they like telling you to go listen to Candace Owens and Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson? Or are they exposing those people like I did today? Please go watch my Candace Owens video if you guys haven't seen that. I posted it today. Sorry, I should have stabilized this phone, but I know exactly what Lucifer means, and you can believe all that New Age stuff, or you can believe that the New Age stuff is actually Satanism repackaged as New Age, and they want you to think that it's all symbolism and stuff. That's a bunch of Masonic nonsense. Trump is literally Lucifer in the flesh. Hold on, I'm seeing something about, oh, Demon Slayer. Um, I thought you were talking about the content creator Demon Slayer, who's a Mason. Him and JT follows JC are both Masonic brothers that made a movie together. Oh yeah, they just all of a sudden can make a movie, and um, yeah, if you guys follow either of those dudes, they're bad news. JT follows JC, Demon Slayer. Took me a while to figure that out about JT, but I know it for sure now, especially because he tried. That's what a lot of the Charlie Kirk stuff did. That exposed people, that exposed truthers who, people who say they were in the truth community for 10 years and they couldn't see that that Charlie Kirk stuff was just a false flag BS nonsense. Those people got exposed because they couldn't admit that it was nonsense. They had to go with the narrative, and JT exposed himself real bad. And if you guys don't know who JT is, you're better off. Corey Johnson, I just saw that, my friend. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully you're still here. I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't not see your contribution until right now. Because I swear I'm trying to hold my phone steady, and I just every time I look, I'm like shaking it. I apologize. All right, guys. I want to stand just a little bit longer, just see if there are any other questions in here. Nate gets it. Trump is 100% Elvis. Guys, once you know they fake deaths, that it's just like, it's a thing they do. They do it. They do it on high level and low level. They literally, Masons fake deaths on like low levels too. I've had people tell me like their neighbors have literally faked their death. Like if there's like bankruptcy and stuff, like it's a real thing, especially in Hollywood. But in Hollywood, they're doing it for a different reason. They're doing it because they drink the gold juice and the Abrenobrome, and they can live much longer than you and I. In like in the vampire movies, to avoid suspicion of not aging and not dying, you got to fake your death and become someone else on the main stage, and that's what they do. Just like Nicolas Cage used to be Andy Kaufman, just like you know, the list is endless. Trump used to be Elvis. Anyway, what I was saying, so I have found one, if you look at their side by or like their profile, it's almost exact. Their ears are almost exact. They have the exact same two birthmarks right here, right here, right here. These are all things I've posted on. Like that doesn't happen. You can't have, it is literally the odds of having 7 exact birthmarks are like winning the lottery, the Powerball, like 10 times in your lifetime. It's it's not possible. Yeah, flat Earth, no doubt. JD Vance, look up my video I did on him. He's Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar, JD Vance. Find that video. I did it like probably just 2 weeks ago. Uh-oh, I see someone talking about cloning in here. Do we need to talk about cloning again? Guys, my biggest pet peeve in the truther world is clones. Human clones don't exist. And I know that's a shock to a lot of people. Is your cross a Jerusalem cross? My cross is a barbell. See? A barbell because I am the fittest flat earther and I like to work out. My wife got it to me or gave it to me because I like working out and I like Jesus. Or I love them both, actually. So, no, it's not a Jerusalem. It's not a Knights Templar. It's just a barbell. I've got nothing to hide because I am who I say I am. I have no agendas. I have no affiliations to secret societies. It's just me and Jesus and the Heavenly Father. And my awesome subscribers. A lot of my members and subscribers send me stuff too. Yeah, if you haven't seen my video on Michael Jackson jumping out of the coroner's van, look that one up because I think I was the first one that actually proved that the van that picked him up at his house had the same license plate as the van that he jumped out of the coroner's van. I spent probably 7 hours hunting down the right footage and I got it. And that's one of my favorite videos because it was like the first time I felt like a private investigator. Mr. Wing, Elvis is literally in the White House, my friend. He is Trump. He's Trump. I don't. Oh yeah, Trump literally for sure. I don't know if he watches them, but like they are very aware of me for sure. They've made they will make posts like on Yahoo or Google to try to like debunk the post I made the previous day. First time it ever happened to me was with my Dogs and Stars videos, and I haven't done a lot of those. I used to do a lot, but that's what woke me up is I realized that stars weren't what I thought. God showed me that there were dogs and stars. And I know that sounds crazy if you've never heard me talk about it, but so I used to make videos on this and I would show people literally stars flashing with dogs in them and not random pareidolia, like every shimmer of a star is a dog image flashing. And at first I wasn't sure what it was. I was like, is it like, am I living in a hologram? Like, are they projecting dogs up there? Now I think it's much more of a spiritual thing. Like, I think stars are potentially portals and hold dog souls, or maybe it's like star memory, like water holds memory and there's water above. Anyway, the what I'm getting at is that the first time I made a viral post of dogs and stars, the very next day, NASA released an article saying how they were laser beam shooting dog and cat pictures to the ISS in space. like, like they literally made that article post, and you can still go look it up. Go type in like NASA shoots laser pictures of dogs to the ISS. That was the day after my viral post of dogs and stars. So they're watching me for sure. They're probably watching this, you know. Daniel, they apparently haven't watched your videos. Well, I've made a lot of videos. It's hard to watch them all, that's for sure. I've had people tell me that they've like binged all my content in like 24 hours. I'm like, holy cow, like your brain has to be swimming because I mean, there's a lot of things that I think I'm the first person to ever mention or discover. Far Tree again, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, man. You guys are awesome. This is, like I said, I don't come on here for monetary contribution. I come on here for therapy and just to chat with you guys. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the kindness. Corey Johnson, I don't even know if that's the same one. I'm so not tech savvy on these lives, guys. But all the love and appreciation right back at you guys. All right. Yeah. I've done a video on Keanu Reeves. His band name is Dogstar. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think Jim Carrey is gonna be the fake Jesus, and Jim Carrey is 100% played Keanu Reeves. Now, that doesn't mean there's not a real Keanu Reeves, but if you ever look up that video of me presenting how Jim is playing Keanu, like, you'll see because Jim Carrey, and again, I think Jim made a post and it said, "No one knows me," and he had his nose circled and it said, "No one, like, knows me." And I'm like, "That's a clue for something," and I think what it was like saying, "I'm playing Keanu now, and you can see my nose is exact on Keanu." Like, they didn't change the nose because Keanu's nose used to look much different, and now it was Jim Carrey's nose. So I think it was maybe it was a clue for me. I don't know. Like, I think they do this stuff sometimes where I truly think I'm one of the, and again, like, no arrogance, but I truly think I'm like maybe the premier people or person that's exposing these monsters right now. So they're very aware of me. I'm sure of that. Yeah, that's so TikTok's where I started. That was like, I had 50,000 followers on there before I even really ventured out to other places. What's crazy now is, I've been posting on TikTok 2 years and Facebook only 1 year, and I have a million followers on Facebook now and 700,000 on TikTok. But that's how uncensored Facebook is right now. Like, I love YouTube, I love all you guys, but if you get a chance, hang out on Facebook a while. They're not censoring stuff there. It's like what TikTok used to be. That's why they tried to scare everyone away from TikTok with the China propaganda because they were releasing all the truth. You could research anything and find it, and now that's turned into Facebook. I'm getting followers left and right. I'm getting way more views compared to any other platform. So I know a lot of people have like a stigma against Facebook because they're like, oh, that's where, you know, I hated Facebook. It was so censored, and that's all where like my old high school friends are. It's stupid, but that's where the truth is right now, guys. I'm censored here. I'm censored on Instagram. I'm censored on TikTok. TikTok has become the absolute worst platform. Every one of my videos gets taken down or censored there. Censorship's not. Here's where YouTube censors is that you can't really, it's hard to find me. Like, I never get more views here, and it might just be the nature of YouTube, but like, I've never had more views on a video of mine on YouTube than the amount of followers or subscribers I have. Where all the other platforms, like Facebook, I have a million followers, but I'll get a video with 3 million views. So it's like, maybe that's just the nature of YouTube as well. I'm not really sure. Is the ice wall yellow? No, I'm pretty sure it's white. And guys, I don't know if you saw this, but I made this because I was just, no rudeness, but I was sick of people asking where they could get an ice wall hat. And this is like a little worse quality one, but ice-wall.com if anyone's interested. It's not this hat because this is like a patch. The other one's not patches. And I've got sweatshirts and things. I don't really care about trying to sell stuff because I don't care about making money from it or anything. It's there for people who want it. So I don't advertise it really, but people have been asking. Hello. My dogs are coming to visit me. Okay. I can. Sorry, guys. That's Gimli. Who can tell me what Gimli is from? Anyone know Gimli out there? Someone mentioned the Trump inauguration stuff, and what's funny about that is that, do you know who he had introduce him? You know who was singing at the inauguration? An Elvis impersonator. Lord of the Rings, yeah, guys. Gimli was Lord of the Rings. I used to be a huge, and I mean, I still am. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit were my favorite books growing up, and the movies are great too. Well, the Lord of the Rings movies are great. The Hobbit movies are just okay. What's a Frodo? Um, I'm vindicated already, my friend. You guys are all I need. My followers, my subscribers, you know, like I've lost a lot of friends, families isolated me and thinks I'm crazy, but you know, I got nothing but love in my heart as much as I've gone through the ringer. Ethiopian Bible, yeah, big time. I'm a big fan because they didn't take out the Apocrypha. Book of Enoch is in there, Book of Giants. So yeah, so that's if people ask, I usually there's like a 1641 Bible you can get literally like on eBay or the Ethiopian Bible. I think those are the two. Those are two really good bets that you can find and get. Um, anyway, guys, I've been on about 40 minutes. I want to see. I want to answer. Tyler, you should look up the picture of Jimi Hendrix. Oh, I've seen it. The picture of Jimi Hendrix drew of Elvis that looks just like Trump. I've seen it, my friend. Great, great point, though. That's funny. John Harvey. That's my other dog's name, Harvey, because I used to live on Harvey Avenue. Um, what's your thoughts on negative? So let me real quick. So not even RH negative, but I just did a post and I think it's in my members only video. I did a video on what I think the gold juice is. The gold juice is what they say gives them never ending life. But there's actually a blood type called golden blood, and it's not RH negative, it's RH null. And they say only 50 people have it. And maybe I already mentioned this, you know, because I speculate maybe not 50 people have it, but maybe 200. If you get my drift on what the 200 is. So yeah, research golden blood, or just go watch my the gold juice video that I did. It's a members video only. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna look for one more question and then maybe wrap it up. Just 40 minutes. You got another hour in you. Well, I would if I didn't just go for 40 minutes on Facebook too, because I actually think I like going live on YouTube the most. Is there's more interaction. I get more people, which is crazy because I have 1 million followers on Facebook and we'll get like 500 people, but I'll come here where I have like 65,000 subscribers and I get more. So I think it's just, I think people are just, if you're on YouTube, you're like, I feel like you're more committed to the videos and the truth and the people. It's not about scrolling. You're like, there's more of a commitment. So maybe that's why I like going live here more. But next time I come on here, Old Wizard, thank you, my friend. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, maybe next time I come on here, I won't do Facebook first and just give you guys a little bit more time. Let's see, one more question. Casual, you have a Lord of the Rings tattoo. That's awesome. I have Sting is in my garage hanging up, the sword Sting. I've had that thing for like 20 years. Yeah, Morgan, I'll talk about fasting real quick. That's a good way to end. We'll end on a positive note here. I just did a video on it. I'll talk about it, but check out the video too, because in case I missed anything, I think it's a good video. But so I've been fasting, and that like the thing with me is I've always been ahead of the curve. I think because like for fitness and wellness things, I've always like I would start doing something 10 years before it would catch on to the public. Like I've been fasting for probably 15 years. And then I was doing like cold plunging and ice baths like 10 years ago. And then it became really big. And then I started mouth taping and people thought I was insane for fasting. People thought I was crazy for cold. I would go in Lake Michigan in January when it was like 20 degrees or 30 degrees. People thought I was crazy. Then I started mouth taping when I would sleep and people thought I was crazy. And then like 5 years after I would do each of those, they would catch on. but I've been fasting for 15 years. I started with just, I would literally just start small. And I started just on the weekends. I would stop eating at 6 o'clock at night and then not eat for 16 hours, which is no big deal. 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock the next morning, not a big deal, unless you're not used to it, because nighttime counts when you're sleeping. And then that gradually turned to like daily. I would start doing that daily. And then that turned into like, I would do 16 every day. And then once a week, I would do 20. And then like I just kept kind of like building. And, like I said in my video, I could do a 70-hour fast now. And it's like no big deal. Like I would probably have 2 or 3 hours that first day where I'm maybe hungry. But then when you make it to that second day, like you're just sharp, you feel good, you're not hungry, your body starts kicking into like ketosis where you're not burning carbs for fuel, you're burning like body fat and protein. And anyway, long story short is, and again, this is repeat for people who saw the video, but we've been programmed to eat, eat, eat. If it wasn't 3 meals a day, the fitness industry was pushing 5 small meals a day because it boosts your metabolism. It's all garbage. It's all nonsense. I've never felt better than when I eat less. And that's how, like again, in the video, I used to shovel down a big breakfast before I'd go work out at 6 in the morning. And one day I just accidentally missed it. And I worked out like an hour lifting session, a half hour cardio, and I felt amazing. I was like, why am I shoveling food in my system? And, the most important meal of the day isn't breakfast, it's what you ate the day before. Because breakfast doesn't automatically, you can't like digest it and turn it into like immediate energy. It's what you ate the day before or the day before that. But fasting, the quickly just the like physical benefits when you fast for a woman, and I always got to give this caveat for women because of your hormones and your cycles, there's always like more to it. And I always say like look into it more if you're a woman before you do longer than 14 or 15-hour fast. But women, when you hit 14 or 15 hours of not eating and digesting, instead of your body trying to digest, it turns to bad cells. It turns to reparation, so repairing things. It turns to killing off bad cells. Same things happen to men. Hey, someone give me one more like because it's at 333. Thank you. I didn't like that number. I actually used to love the number 33 before all the freaking symbolism. I'm the oldest of three brothers, so three was always my favorite number. And then it got ruined from the stupid fallen angels and Freemasons. Anyway, fasting for men around 16 hours, your body kicks on to autophagy. And guys, we were divinely created to be able to heal and cure everything with our natural body and like the natural earth. And fasting is that healing mechanism. Like when you fast, you heal. And people should be doing it more frequently than they can. I think it's the number one thing people can literally not do. If you think about it, it's the easiest thing because you don't have to do anything. You don't eat. And it's the number one thing that I think can improve people's life longevity and overall health and wellness and prevention of disease because like the accumulation of inflammation and mucus and things like that in your body is what causes all disease. So if you give your body a chance to fight that stuff, you're going to stay healthier. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to add to that. And just like, to build tolerance to the longer stuff. Like the first time I ever tried a 24-hour fast, I was like, this is impossible. And I was like, I would eat, the first time I ever did it was when I got a little hungry, I'd have a little bit of coconut oil to like cure the hunger. But like I said, when you get used to it, when your body knows it's coming and it's not like feed me, feed me, feed me, it becomes easy. Like I said, I can do a 70-hour fast, like no big deal. So I hope that helped. Just research it. You can research it. It's something they don't hide a ton. They used to, but and that's another thing. Just while we're on the subject, guys, don't. I use Google to disprove Google, but if I'm looking for real things, I use Yandex a lot. It's a great search engine, Yandex and DuckDuckGo. So don't use Yahoo or Google. They just lie to your face. Excuse me. Okay. I want to just make sure I didn't miss anything. Hey, Tara, thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate you, my friend. Anyone else? What's up, Dojo? All right, guys, I'm just going to give one quick little look through here and see if there's anything else I want to mention before I get out of here. $767K. You have a Facebook that's not 1 million, bro? No, I have, go look. My Facebook is 1 million followers. Literally says 1M. My TikTok is 767. So maybe you went to the wrong platform, bro. I don't lie and I don't exaggerate. I do use sarcasm though. Yeah, my TikTok has 767,000, but my Facebook has 1 million. Don't be jealous, dog. Didn't know there were any trolls in here. Yeshua Savior, go to my Facebook. It's 1 million. I'm not lying. There was imposter Facebook. If my imposter, there's an imposter Facebook person of me. If they have 767,000, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not lying. It's 1 million. I have 1 million on Facebook, 700 something thousand on TikTok, 65 here, and like 300,000 on Instagram. I'm at 2 million total, and that's not a brag at all. That is like, I'm mind blown that 2 million people listen to what I have to say. All right. So one last thing. Mark Dice. Mark Dice is River Phoenix. I've done a video on that. I'm sure on that one. Look up Mark Dice, River Phoenix. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on everything. I don't know if they'll censor that one or not. But yeah, Mark Dice is definitely River Phoenix. Through and through. Birthmarks, teeth, prove that one 1,000%. All right, guys. I think I'm out of here. My buddy trying to call me a liar kind of cramped my style because that's the one thing I'm not. Like I said, I might get things wrong here and there, but I am definitely not a liar. All right, guys. If you haven't already, check out the Candace Owens video I did today. It exposes that shill big time. And if you're still on her level of truth, Joe Rogan's level of truth, Alex Jones' level of truth, Tucker Carlson's level of truth, start paying more attention to my videos because I've exposed all of them. Every one of them. Everyone. If you haven't seen it, just search it. I've exposed all of them. They're government, Masonic, Luciferian agents of the enemy, gatekeeping agents of the enemy. All right, guys. Just as a final word, Paint Black period. Thank you. Who is D'Angelo playing now and who's... I don't know, my friend. I appreciate the contribution. I do not know if D'Angelo has already made the transition to someone else. I'm not familiar with that guy other than the past few days. Usually for my facial recognition to like kick on, I got to be pretty familiar with the person. But anyway, just last words. I appreciate the kindness, the love, the support that you guys have given. Even Mr. I don't have 1 million followers. Hey, you're here. You're supporting me. Somehow, for some reason, trying to call me out for no reason. But I appreciate the kindness, guys. Have an awesome night. And maybe I'll do this on Wednesdays. Maybe this will be my thing on Wednesdays. So keep an eye out. I'll probably do it before then, but maybe definitely on Wednesdays. All right. Much love. Have an awesome night. And hope to see you guys on here again soon. Take care.